All right, well, welcome everybody to our meditation session. So, as I was doing a little bit of reading and research about what to talk about today and to, sort of where to put the focus, I was reading a little bit about ritual and the value of ritual in doing a lot of things, but specifically in meditation. So, meditation, as I think everybody here knows, is a psychological activity. It is us examining our minds, kind of looking at them, slowing down our minds, and kind of learning to be keyed into how our minds are functioning. And so, like with any activity, whether it be mental or physical, we want to do a warm up. So, when I do my exercise classes, we do a dynamic warm up, and you know, before I teach, I sort of get myself ready to warmed up. So one way to do a ritual kind of for meditation would be for us to, and you can do this individually, but I'm going to read it out for everybody, is to do a loving kindness. Um, I'm not sure how to frame this exactly, but sort of a loving kindness kind of statement. And you can do a long one or a short one. We're going to do a short one today. So, what I'm going to do is, as you're kind of getting ready and settling in, and we're getting ready to meditate, I'm going to do this short statement, loving kindness statement, to sort of put us in the right frame of mind, and maybe more than anything else, to put me in the right frame of mind. And also, you can use that to do that for yourself as you kind of get yourself ready for the meditation. So it's pretty simple. I'm just going to read it out of the book I have here in front of me. I was going to write it all down in my notebook, but I thought that seemed silly to have to do that when it's right here. So the ritual begins. First of all, I want to welcome everybody to the session. I want to encourage everybody to get in a comfortable position, a position where they are seated and can have quiet and can be comfortable enough to be able to kind of stay focused so you're not get distracted by being uncomfortable or your back hurting or things of that nature. And that can be sort of anywhere and hopefully in a quiet environment. And we will go from there. So the ritual statement starts, may I be well, happy, and peaceful. May no harm come to me. May I always meet with spiritual success. May I also have patience, courage, understanding, determination to meet and overcome inevitable difficulties, problems, and failures in life. May I always rise above them with morality, integrity, forgiveness, compassion, mindfulness, and wisdom. And you can wish that for yourself and for anybody else. So you can sort of use that same ritual statement to ready yourself to be talking about your parents, your children, your teachers, um, your relatives, and really anybody who you would want to include in that statement. The idea being that we ready ourselves in a frame of loving kindness and compassion, and that we send those vibrations out into the universe. And I've talked about this, but my belief is that when we send kindness and compassion out into the universe, it connects in some way. And those positives come out there. It functions for us and it functions for others. Although it's kind of invisible and we can't see it, it is out there. Much as people can put out cruelty or indifference and things of that nature, and that also has an impact, we work to counter that with kindness and compassion and those types of feelings and emotions that are out there. So that's kind of our beginning. So I'm going to put my book to the side and we'll begin our meditation. I have it set to go for 20 minutes, so I'm going to get my watch going and we'll go from there. And we get that going. Oops. All right, so let us sit and close your eyes and get yourself into that comfortable position. And start by taking a slow, deep breath. So just in and out. And in and out. And as we sit and center ourselves, we recognize what we bring today. Today we started with a loving kindness ritual. And in that loving kindness ritual, hopefully we were able to center ourselves, to bring ourselves here in a place of peace and calm, and allow ourselves to ready ourselves to examine our environments, our minds, the function of our minds, the sensation, and to be completely present in the now. As always, if your mind starts to wander, if distractions arise for you, just recognize them, acknowledge them, look at them, see them, and let them go. Remember that as we meditate, anything that arises, we look at and we examine, regardless of what it is. We don't hold on to it. We don't grasp onto it. We don't cling onto it, but we let them go. But we don't push them back away to sort of get them out of the way. We allow them to be, and we recognize they are part of what we are feeling, and how we are doing at this very moment. So we come back to our breath, and we breathe in, and we breathe out. And today, as we focused a little bit in our ritual on loving kindness and compassion, I want you in your mind to bring up somebody who is important to you, who has been important in your life. Try to just let the first person that arises in your mind come up. Don't search for a person. Don't think about who that should be. Just whatever person comes to mind. And see them in your mind's eye. And as you see them, thank them for what they have given you. Thank them for how much a part of you that they are. And recognize them. And allow the emotions to arise in you that come from the vision that you have of this individual, of this person. Or perhaps it's a pet, which would be perfectly fine. Someone that not only that is important to you, but that gives you comfort. And not comfort necessarily in a direct way, but just by their presence and their being and the way that they've been. This can be a grandparent, a child, a friend, a pet. And allow ourselves to just be with that person for a moment and to take in the emotions and the feelings that arise when that person is with you. Tell them something that you would want them to know, and think about that message and think about what that is. Allow it to be authentic. Allow it to be uncensored. And think about how that feels to be able to share that with somebody, to share that sense of compassion and love with somebody else. And try to envision how they would see you in that moment and what they would see of you. And as you just focus on that image and that message and that communication, come back to your breath And breathe in slowly, up, around, and through. And think about at the same time that they too are breathing with you, that you are breathing in unison, as if your breath is a connection to that person, as if the air and the oxygen that you are both breathing and sharing unites you in some way, in some important way, in what we might say is a metaphysical way, a way that can't be described, but can be experienced. And think about that experience, not with words, but with sensations. Think about reaching out and touching that person. It could be a handshake. If it's a pet, it could be just rubbing the pet. It could be a hug. It could be a conversation. Think about creating that connection. Think about what it is gets communicated through that connection. And let that just sit and arise for you and be there for you. And recognize that in any relationship, there are ups and downs. But recognize also that those are part of the gift of a relationship. That the lack of perfection in the relationship, the sometimes perhaps anger, frustration, disappointment that you may feel or have felt with that person makes the relationship stronger because you could be yourself. You are allowed with that person to be able to express yourself and to be accepted, to have what we might refer to as unconditional positive regard, that you accept them and they accept you with all of your faults and all of your skills and all of your wonder and all of your beauty as a whole person. Look into that person, feel that person, touch that person, and then let that person watch you as you continue your meditation, thinking about how they are bathing you in their warmth, bathing you in their love, bathing you in their acceptance. You're encompassed in that. And let those feelings arise in you. And let's sit with that for maybe 30 seconds as we just focus on our breath and let that be and sit in that place. So for 30 seconds, just focus on your breath and let whatever arises come based on how you have been envisioning that person and that warmth and that love. Now come back to wherever you are. If you had a distraction, come back to us. Distractions are okay. They're part of what happens. Now slow your thinking down. Try to watch your mind in slow motion. Watch as the thoughts enter and as the thoughts stick and as the thoughts leave. Think of emotions that enter, and emotions that stick, and emotions that leave. And let them go in a big circle. Think of your breath in the same way you think of your thoughts. In and out. In and out. And now sit in your position wherever you are and focus on the sensations around you. What are you feeling? Your body on your chair or on the floor or on your yoga mat, whatever you're sitting on. Feel the connection to the physical space around you. You've connected metaphysically to that person of comfort, that person of love, that important person. And now we want to transfer and connect to our physical environment and the sensations that we can physically experience. We feel the chair as we sit in it, or the yoga mat as it crushes down, forming a cushion, or on our beds, wherever you are. Focus on those sensations. Where do you feel them? Sense the movement, sense the electrical impulses in your body as they shoot up through your body and allow you to feel those sensations. Feel the temperature in the room that you're in. Is it warm? Is it cool? Sense that. Is there any sounds around you? Have you put on any nice quiet music, or is there silence? Or is there some noise from outside, or something rustling, or maybe a cat walking by if you have one that crosses your vision, crosses across your lap? Whatever sensations are there for you. And so key into this physical awareness of everything that you have and the place that you are. And sit with that and come back to your breath. And breathe in. And let it go and breathe out. And now bring the person and the comfort person back to yourself and take a walk with that person. And if it's a pet, take a walk with that pet. You can even envision, if it is a pet, that it can speak to you. We can anthropomorphize our animals as we often do. So if you've chosen your cat or your dog or your parakeet, allow it to speak to you. And go outside. Imagine whatever weather is most comfortable for you. Is it a cool autumn day where the leaves are turning brown and they're starting to fall in the wind, almost like rain? Is it a warm or hot summer day where the humidity is up and the sun is high in the sky at midday and you can feel the rays of the sun? Is it a cold winter day, bright with the sun low in the sky, and the sun really not giving you a lot of warmth, but gleaming off the snow on the ground? Bright. So whatever day gives you comfort, or that you feel comfort with today, go outside with your person, your comforted one, and begin to walk with them in silence. No talking, just walking slowly, side by side. Feel their presence. Sense their presence. Allow them to sense your presence. And walk slowly. As we do all things slowly, to guide our mind to be able to experience these things in a very slow and even pace. And keep walking. And feel the wind or the sun. And think about the physical sensation of warmth and the metaphysical sensation of warmth, mixing together, connected. Think about the rays of the sun or the coolness of the air, how it is touching both of you, how you are both experiencing those sensations. You're sharing that with another person. Even if they're not there physically, you share that with them metaphysically. That connection is always present. We just need to raise it to awareness, to feel it. It never is gone. It is always there. It is eternal as long as we have our physical bodies, and then it passes wherever that may be. And as we are connected in this walk, we can extend that connection out. We're not only connected to the person who is a favorite for us, but as we walk into a park. And in that park, there are people walking around. Maybe they're bundled up because it's cold. Maybe they're all in shorts and tank tops because it's hot. Maybe they've got a sweatshirt on because it's cool and the leaves are blowing. But we extend that sense beyond just the person we're with, and we take those kind and warm feelings that are evoked from being with a person of comfort, of love, of connection. And we extend that to everybody. We feel a sense of, perhaps we would call it neighborliness, or connection, or community, that everybody who is walking in the park with us, we are connected to. We may not know their names. We may not know their faces until we've seen them for the first time. We may not know anything about them, but we are connected to them. We are a part of them, and we extend our compassion and our kindness to them. As we pass people, and they slowly walk by us, we think kind and compassionate thoughts for them. Perhaps we smile at them. Hopefully they smile back. Maybe they don't. We don't know what they're thinking or feeling, but we know what we're thinking and feeling. And we know that we are focusing our attention on kind, compassionate, loving, connective community thoughts to each person going by. And as we continue to walk and we emanate these feelings, and we are buoyed by our comfort person next to us, whether they're actually there or not, we note that it appears that the people we're passing are smiling at us, occasionally waving at us. A child, maybe about 7, runs in front of us and smiles as they pass by. And as these things happen, we start to be aware of what's happening inside of us. What emotions does that evoke? What sense does that evoke? Love, connection, kindness, compassion. And we can see that we can give just by being present and thinking positive, good thoughts. That those things have a connection to us. They allow us just to be, and they seem to bring sunshine. And we see the sunshine above us. And that sunshine that gives us joy And light gives everyone in the park light and joy. We walk a loop in the park, and we come back to our starting point. And we recognize now it's time to go home. It's time to head back to our house. So you and me and all of us in this room, we are now walking together. Even though we are miles apart, we are in our minds walking together back to our homes. And we each get to our individual house, and we nod at each other as we separate. And we walk back into our house. We open the door slowly, we push it in, we enter. We feel the warmth on a cold day, the coolness on a warm day. We walk over, we sit down on our favorite chair or couch. We come back to our breath. We breathe in and we exhale. We center ourselves. And we bid our comfort person adieu for the moment, although they're always with us. We just may not be aware of their presence, but they live within us, much as like we live within them. And we slowly come back to ourselves and to our breath. And we prepare to open our eyes. Namaste. May the light in me shine in you. Thank you.